It's a battle of integrity and survival in the upcoming BET Plus original film, The Accused. Paige Aubrey-Marie Hurd stars as Dani West, a brilliant plant geneticist who is framed for her fiance's murder. She must go on the run while relying on her intelligence and physical prowess to expose the truth of a corrupt system and clear her name before time runs out. Based on a screenplay by Pat White and Clarence Williams and directed by Tony Glazer, The Accused takes viewers on a wild ride as Dani fights for her innocence, her life, and the integrity of her community. Lawrence St. Victor, Crystal Lee Brown, Summer Crockett Moore, Nicole G. Lear, Manny Perez, and Rockman Dunbar also star in the film. The Accused is an action-filled odyssey that will leave you guessing to the very end. But there are some humorous moments sprinkled throughout the film. When speaking with the creators, I asked them how they balance the tongue-in-cheek humor with the thrilling aspects of the film. My question is for Tony and Pat. When I'm watching a film, I can often find humor in anything. And I think this film definitely had some of that humor sprinkled in, especially with Crystal and Summer's characters for me, whether it was intentional or not, with Dani fighting for her life. Um, so when you're creating a story like this, how do you kind of find the balance of humor and some of the more serious subject matters?
Well, I guess when I'm creating a story, I'm always thinking in terms of the humor is just giving it a little lightness. You know, we all love the intense stories, but we don't want to walk away feeling like, oh my God, I can't sleep. You know what I mean? There's so much here and so much I need to think about. And so I like to use humor, especially in Summer's role. I loved using just kind of that wry, smart alecky type of humor that she's bad and we know she's bad and she's able to shoot back these retorts that go along with her character that you're kind of laughing at, but you're kind of uncomfortable laughing at. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, yeah. And then Crystal, that with some of those lines were great. I think somebody mentioned yesterday that she came up with one of those on her own, Crystal, where she was just like, "Who's going to buy me a new table?" You
Yeah.
know, I mean, that's great stuff. And you need that because that keeps us watching, in that balanced place, right? So we're still engaged and we're still thrilled, but we're also kind of laughing like it's going to be okay. That's anyway how I look at it. Tony, what do you think?
No, I would agree with that completely. I think that's very true. I also think as just as long as we're talking about Nadine and Victoria, that that they're to me, I have a hard time not having something inadvertently be funny. I think I'm hardwired to find the humor in things anyway, so I think I just naturally find myself going there. And especially when an actor tees up something, I'm like, oh yeah, hey, you know what? I love that because it's very real, it's very human, and there is something, especially in our sort of antagonists in this movie, there is something very disarming about how funny they can be and about how charming that can come off, because it's seductive, because they've been seduced and they're also very seductive about the way that they share things. And so I think there has to be something entertaining about it too and fun about it. When Lance tells Nadine, you're going to get yours one day, and she's, well, I think, yeah, I mean, all my plants have died, all my pets have died, if that's what you mean. She's being serious about it. But this idea that she doesn't care. And I think there's always a part of me, I think, that always sort of, oh gosh, I wish I could be that uncaring about something in this one moment. They're free from a lot of things that we are not. And so I think there's something along with this, it's probably a condition that I can't help to do something funny, but also I think it's great to when you have very great talented actors who are great comedically as well as dramatically. I think you always plug into that, which is why I think we got a lot of great scenes and a lot of great stuff. We had a whole storyline with Manny Perez's character Bobby, who had very sweaty hands. And he had like a squeezing ball that he was always, and he was very serious about his stress management. And it all came down to this ball. Sadly, that got cut. But I thought it was very funny. I thought, man, I guess at least I'll mention it here, right, Pierre? Even though we cut it, we'll mention it
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's great. But I think it's very disarming and fun. And to Pat, to your point, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It does release stress and it does help us get through some of the darker things too. If we're laughing through it, we're not as, oh my God, how much of this evil person do I have to sit through and listen talk?
Wait a minute, Tony. Tony, are you telling me that I got sweaty hands, got cut?
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah, I did.
oh, brutal.
Such a bummer. Yeah, I know. And Manny was so great. He had it in every. You could just see him
So
little
great.
places here and there. It was great. But he knew it, man. Manny knew it, and Manny had great lines that he came up with that were just evil, but also very very funny. When they come in when they come in with the house for Danny, and she says, "We will shoot you," and Manny sort of Bobby says under his breath, "Gladly, I'll shoot you." That was Manny, and so I think it's just I don't know. I think it just seems right. It feels right to allow them to not to be a little more dimensional, that they're with themselves and to tell jokes. They're funny people, even though they may be morally suspect.
Excellent. I thought it was really funny. Summer and Crystal, your characters really did have me laughing the whole month. Whether it's like you said, uncomfortable laughing, but you guys are great. I enjoyed the movie. I can't wait for the general public to see it. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be sure to watch The Accused when it streams on BET Plus on Thursday, April 10th.